In the Farbrengen of Chavtes El Tovshin Chav Beis, which is the night of Erev Rosh Hashanah of Tovshin Chav Gimel, two interesting things happened. They brought to the Rebbe then the key to the city of Kiryat Gat. It was Rabbi Yankiv Peles, who lived in Kiryat Gat. So the mayor of Kiryat Gat sent with him a key of the city to give to the Rebbe. Also, a group of people that came from Eretz Yisrael, who were connected to Basefer Lemloche, brought a Shtender for the Rebbe. The Talmidim in the Basefer Lemloche in Kvar Chabad worked very hard, a Meshech Zman before Rosh Hashanah, and they made a Shtender for the Rebbe, a replica of the Shtender that we had in 770 that the Rebbe used. And they made it as a present for the Rebbe. And then they brought it to New York by plane, and they gave it to the Rebbe, and they brought it to the Rebbe by the Farbrengen. The Shmua was, and I don't know if this is true, the rumor was that they asked the Rebbe how or when they should give it to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe said they should do it by the Farbrengen of Erev Rosh Hashanah. And I think the same thing with the key. But I'm not sure that's what the rumor was then. But Lapel, that's what happened. By the Farbrengen, they gave the Rebbe, Rabbi Yankiv Peles, from Eretz Yisrael, from Kiryat Gat, gave the Rebbe the key that the mayor sent to the city of Kiryat Gat, and others who were connected to Beisefer Lemlocha gave the Rebbe the Shtender by the Farbrengen. They brought it into the Farbrengen. And the Rebbe by the Farbrengen spoke about both of the things. He spoke about the union of the key to a city of Eretz Yisrael, and he spoke about the union of Shtender. When he gave the city, the key to the city, the Rebbe explained, a key is to open a door that's in a wall. And here we're talking about open a door that's in the wall of a city in Eretz Yisrael. A city in Eretz Yisrael definitely represents the concept, like it says in Posik, Irei Lekeinu, a city which has a lakus in it. And a city that has a lakus in it has to have a wall around it because it has to protect the city from outside influences which are against the lakus. So there is a wall. But nevertheless, there is a door in the wall where you could open it to go in and go out. And the key is the one that opens it, so you should be able to go in and out. And the Rebbe explained, what does that mean? That means that even though you're in the city of Irei Lekeinu, from time to time you gotta go out of the city, open the door, go out, and be mekar of other Yidden. And not only be mekar of them the way they're outside, mekar of them so much that now they could use the door the other way to come back in, that they should also, the people who are far, should also be able to come in. And the Rebbe uses as a moshel also to the readers on the Neshama Lamata. The Neshama comes down here. It has to be surrounded by a wall to make sure that you're not influenced by the outside. But nevertheless, there is a wall, a door in the wall, and there is a key to it that you could open it and go out to be mekar of other Yidden and bring them back inside, that they should also be connected to a lukus. And since that's what the Eibishter wants, so Einim Avaksha Elifikechem, for sure everyone has the kayach. And the Shtender, the Rebbe connected this to the Inyan, the story that's known that once the Alter Rebbe asked his son, the Mittel Rebbe, after Rosh Hashanah, with what did you daven Rosh Hashanah? So he said he davened with the Hizboninus in the Inyan of a whole Kema Lefanecha Tishtachave. The whole Kema bows to Hashem, and Chassidus it says it means the Kema Da'ak. That means that Ak represents Gan Seder Ishtalshelis, and the Gan Seder Ishtalshelis is bottled to the Eibishter. And then when he asked the Alter Rebbe, with what did you daven? He answered, mit Shtender. Simple pshat means, I daven with the Shtender, begashmias. But it has a lot of meaning, and the Rebbe explained that means that the Shtender represents a very low madrege, because on one hand, the Shtender is made of wood. Wood is tzemeach, it's something that grew. But after you make it into a Shtender, it's cut off already, and it's not a tzemeach, it's a daimim. Daimim is the lowest of all full categories in the world. Now this, which was Sameach and it went lower to Daimim, is even worse. Nevertheless, if you use the Shtender to help you daven, that means that you're using even something so very low to help you daven. Now what does it represent? The Rebbe explained, it represents the union of Kabbalah Seil. When you're misbeinen in the union of Ak, how Ak is bottled to Hashem, that's a Seichel thing, so you're limited to how much the Seichel you have. But the Shtender shows you that even without Seichel, there is a union of bittul to Hashem, like the bittul of a daimim. And that's what the Alter Rebbe said to him, that he davened with the Shtender, which means that he was misbeinen, that the whole Seder Ishtalshes is bottled, but besides that, he reached the level of Kabbalah Seil, which is higher than any hisboneness that you have in Seichel. And that helped him in the Tefillah of Rosh Hashanah, that brought up the Tefillah in Rosh Hashanah to such a high madrege. That means you come to a point where you completely bottle to the Eibishter, and when you daven with this bittul, then you pay that the Eibishter gives you everything. And that's the union of the Shtender. And that's how the Rebbe explained the union of the Shtender. And after the Rebbe left the Farbrengen, that Shtender was taken up to the Rebbe's room, I guess the Rebbe said they should bring it up to the Rebbe's room, and it stayed in his room for many, many months. And the Maskirim said, as I remember, that the Rebbe used it for those months, and after many months, the Rebbe sent it out, and it went out into the shul and became one of the shtenders that the Rebbe used for davening.